Okay, people, listen up. If you live in the Chicago area, I don't know about the suburbs, like Markham, Harvey, I don't know. But I'm in Chicago. It's about 100 people in here, plus more than 100 people. There's people all outside. Um, if you getting food stamps and you going to them corner stores, stop. Everybody in this bitch is talking about they swiped their food stamps in New York, California, Virginia, Jersey. People, and they not even getting your money back. You're not gonna get no food stamps back. They giving everybody a list of pantries. Now I came to see why my card wasn't working because I just got approved for my $96, and my $96 ain't even on my card. It's done been swiped. So it is a pandemic in Chicago right now. I'm sure that all the aid offices look like this because the lady just said that they have over 10,000 complaints of people saying their food stamps were stolen. And the state of Illinois have not decided to give people their money back. Anything after the 20th, they have not decided to give out refunds. So all you're gonna get is a list of pantries to go to for you and your kids, which is very sad because what are you supposed to do for meats and poultries? Most pantries just give out, canned goods. I don't know what's going on, but I think people need to pay attention to this. I think this is something that they need to be putting on the news and sharing with people. And they're saying that it's the people going to like the corner stores, like, the little hood spots. If it's not a commercial place like Aldi's, please have your photo ID waiting. If you have called the card in, you have to wait the allotted time. If the card was lost, stolen, or damaged, you have to call the card in. There you go. We are not replacing cards in the local office if you have not followed those instructions. So,
And then what if your card been compromised?
If the card was compromised, we will issue you a new card, but you have to have photo ID. Unfortunately, on 12/20, the agency. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to a mental break. Thanks for tuning in. This is Deanna. Thank you to new subscribers. I'm so excited. I'm getting new subscribers and comments. Things are starting to pick up. I'm on a roll, guys. All right, let's jump right into it. You saw the video that I put up in the beginning of this stream here. Let's talk about it. Let's break it down. Here on a mental break, we take viral stories and break them down to what makes sense. Now, let me just say this, and then I'm going to jump right in the video. I'm not going to take long. I created this channel. I have another channel, but I created this channel. It's called A Mental Break because I like to use this channel just to talk about things that are not too deep and just try to take a break from all the serious things that are going on right now in the world because it's in our faces every day, all day about these fires and Diddy, the election, TikTok, all this stuff is in our face every day. And then all these things, drones, the people's up in the sky, all these things are being discussed in our face every day. And it's getting to be a lot. So I try to just break it up with something, that you just don't have to think too hard about. Now, this subject is serious, but this is not as serious as LA. So, well, kind of, yeah. Yeah, it is serious because it's still all about survival. It still involves, a necessity. All right, let's jump right in. We saw the young lady's video about the food stamps. So let me tell you what's going on because it's a lot going on as far as these food stamps are concerned. Well, at the beginning, starting in this year, they started sending out letters to people who were able bodied with no children. They took them off of food stamps, they took their food stamps. Now, from what understanding, if you're on disability, I believe you keep your food stamps. Disability people kept theirs. But if you are able bodied and you just getting food stamps because you just chilling at home and whatever, you're not drawing any sort of cash and they're giving you food stamps, they cutting you off. That's the first round. There's a second round that they're going to cut people off, and that is those with children whose children are school age. Now, from what I understand, I think if your children are under, what is it, 3, because I believe they could go to pre-K, whatever the age is for children to enter. I think it's like 4 for pre-K or 5 or something like that. I don't remember. But they're the next group to get cut off is the people with children that are not that are school age. So yeah, that's the next round. So now, what people I don't know if people know this or if they remember this. When Trump was in office before, he had proposed food boxes in the place of food stamps. Not only did he propose it, he actually showed it. I watched it. So this is not something that I just made up out of my head or hearsay. I actually saw it myself. He actually had like the boxes were white with black, lettering, and he had the stuff in the boxes, and he was saying that this stuff is nutritious and all. You know how Trump talk with his crazy self. And he talked about these food boxes, and it was brought up on the Congress floor. It definitely was, because I heard it. Now, what happened was they didn't vote about the food boxes back then when Trump was in office the first time, because there was too many other things going on. So he never got around to that. Now, something tells me, because this is Trump's last time in office, he's probably going to address these food boxes within this 4-year span. So it won't surprise me that food boxes will be coming down the road before Trump leaves office. That's not going to surprise me. Now, another thing that Trump proposes in that Project 2025 is that he wants to take food stamps away from the states and make it federal. And what he wants to do is he wants to give everybody the same amount. So, say for example, you're a woman with one child, and let's say you get, say, $500 in food stamps. That you're going to get that no matter where you live. Nebraska, New York, LA, doesn't matter. The problem with that is that each state has a different cost of living. For example, it costs more to live in New York than it does in Nebraska. So $500 in New York will not go as far as $500 in Nebraska. So that's why I said the cost of living is different in each state. So Trump doing that is going to be a bad thing, because the person in New York can't afford food, where the person in Nebraska can maybe afford food for a week or two, because with these food prices we got going on, food stamps don't last. So, whatever. Now, for those of you, I'm of a certain age, and I'm going to take y'all back for a minute, because some of y'all listening may or may not remember this. Some of y'all may have been children at the time, and some of you may know, like I do, you might be old enough to remember this. Let's go back into time. Let's go back when Bill Clinton was president. Back when Bill Clinton is president, he's the one that proposed welfare reform. He's the one that changed welfare altogether. And because of that, we're here now. But I'm going to tell you something. If you go back before Clinton changed welfare, life it was less crime, it was simpler, and life was easier. And I'm going to tell you why. Having grown up in a city and also having my children in a city, living city life. When I was working, I had a couple neighbors who were on welfare and they were home. They had children. When you have neighbors back then, when you had neighbors that were home and their children, were home, and you cool with your neighbors, you ain't have to worry about your kids, because your neighbors made sure that your kids got home safe with their kids. But your neighbors made sure that your kids got to school safely and got back safely with their kids if you went to work. If you went to work, they also would sign for your packages, let repair people in if they had to come in, if you were renting, especially if you lived in public housing. And they watched your home. Nobody was breaking in your house because your neighbors was home. So you had that going on, so, these people, if I got off work early, I could come home, my neighbor be home. You always hear Jerry Springer and Maury playing through the hood. Young and the Restless, Bold and the Beautiful, All My Children. All this was being played, in the hood. You could go through the hood on any summer day and you hearing Jerry. Everybody was home. Everybody was watching Jerry Springer back then. So again, back then, things were simpler. Now, I understand why they did welfare reform because we grew in population and people were taking advantage of the system. And plus, they wanted more workers. I don't even think it was about taking advantage of the system. I really believe that, they just want more people out there working to make them money. That's what I believe. But anyway, I digress. So, this is what was going on. Now, this young lady in this video, she was saying about using your cards at these corner stores and bodegas that they will, if you use your card at a corner store or a bodega, they take your food stamps. Now, I did a little, I made a few calls and I found out that there is some bodegas in New York. It's some stores in New York and Philadelphia and Jersey that have signs in their windows, no EBT, because of the fact the corner stores can't take up no more. They can't take it. Corner stores are not allowed to take EBT anymore. You can only go to commercial places now. And this started this year. It started this year. So now you have to go to Walmart, Aldi's, Publix, wherever you live at, ShopRite, wherever, Costco, wherever you live at, that's where you have to go shopping now. You cannot go to these corner stores or corner bodegas. You can't do that no more. And and like the lady said, if they take your food stamps, they're not giving them to you. If you had any left, they're not gonna give them to you. They're gonna give you a list of food pantries. So and what people are not understanding, there's been a lot of food pantries that have opened up since 2020. There's been a lot of food pantries, and let me explain something to y'all. They're going to use them same food pantries for the food stamp people. Y'all see, Trump talked about them food boxes. You think that Trump ain't gonna roll them food boxes in? Now that we in all this debt, America is in all this debt, and they try to pull every dime they can out of us. And if they try to pull every dime out of us, you best believe they're gonna start pulling back on some money. And where they gonna start with? The poor, because they don't care. They don't care. They're gonna start with the poor. They're gonna start with the poor because of the simple fact that y'all are not out here working and contributing. So they don't care. They're gonna be like, listen, you either work or you starve. That's how that's gonna go down. And that's just plain and simple. That's what basically they're doing. They're squeezing people out. They're squeezing them out. They're like wringing out an old dish rag down to the last drop. They want to get every able bodied person at somebody's job making these elites rich. That's what they want. Bottom line. There's no other way around it. That's what they want. So that's why these things are happening, as far as these food stamps are concerned. So this is about to get crazy because as the year progresses and people are losing food stamps, crime is going to go up. Crime is already up. That's nothing new, but it's really going to be out of control when they start really cutting back on these food stamps because they started with people with no children. They not done though. That's the first round. So, I don't know what people are going to do out here, but what I will say is that everybody need to be careful and keep their head on a swivel because they're starting to cut food stamps now. And when you start taking food out of people's mouths, and it's not even just about food, some people sell food stamps, and that's a way for them to pay their rent or pay their bills. Because I have a family, let me tell you something. I have a family member during the pandemic, she had $4,000 worth of stamps. You heard what I said, $4,000 worth of stamps. I went shopping with her and got me $1,000 worth of food. She had so much stamps she couldn't even spend them all. It was nowhere for her to put it was no way. That's why she gave me she let me shop and get like $1,000 worth of food. So that's why, because I got a deep freezer chop. When she called me, let me tell y'all something. Okay? And this is the real. She called me and said to me, "Yeah, I got $4,000 of food stamps. If you come shopping with me, I'll let you spend 1,000." I said, "When you want to go?" So she said on Friday. She called me on Monday. Let me tell you something. I ordered me a deep freezer from Amazon that same day. Boop! I ain't had no deep freezer in my house. I was using my regular refrigerator freezer because now that my kids are grown, I didn't need one. So, I had moved into a new home out of an old home. I bought another home and I didn't need the freezer was old anyway, so I didn't really care. But I didn't buy no freezer. But when she called me and told me $1,000 worth of food, honey, that's meats that was going in that damn freezer, child. So I said, listen, I opened up my damn Amazon app so damn fast and found me a deep freezer and got that here the next day. Paid for expedition. Expedition. You talk about $1,000 worth of free food? You're damn right. so, so yeah, food stamps will be missed. Right? So, matter of fact, I still got some of the. No, I don't. No, I don't. I don't have nothing in that freezer from when she gave me that money because that was back in 2021, I think. I think. So I don't have nothing in my freezer from then because that'd be over a year old. But anyway, that's how I bought my deep freezer. So, the foods that this is going to be a hurt piece. This is going to be a hurt piece on the food stands because, I used to be able to get a little something, something here and there from one of my cousins. Like if I catch them on the right day, I could, meet them at the store and get me a little something, something. But now this is about to go down. This is about to go down bad because I even had a couple family members that would, give me, give them to me because they had so much of it. So they were like, here, go get what you want or whatever. And I'm like, great. But now, that's going to be out the window. That's going to be out the window. So anyway, yeah, this food stamp thing is going to put a lot of people in a bad place. But we got to figure this out. People have to figure it out because, again, people depend on the government when they shouldn't. I don't understand, especially I don't understand why any culture other than the Caucasian culture will believe what the government says. Because the government has lied to every race except, well, they do lie to their own race, but I'm just saying the white community believes in their government because the government makes rules for them. Like everything is set up for them. It's not set up for us. It's set up for them. So I don't understand why so many black and brown people, and I understand why white people are on it, but I don't understand why black and brown people are on it because you already know when something go down, we're the first ones. And what I truly believe, this is what I truly believe. I believe that they're only doing this because there are other races that get this. If this was a white only thing, they wouldn't touch it. They wouldn't touch it. So that's why I said this is crazy to me with these food stamps, and this is going to cause crime to go up. It's going to go up briefly. You know how things go. We go through these cycles. They're going to mess with the welfare this year. We're going to have some crime surges because of it, and then it'll taper off because people have to adjust to not having the food stamps anymore. People are either going to either go to jail or get a job. Those jail or job. Those are your options. Those are your options. You ain't got no other options. So it's either jail or a job. Now pick one because that's all you got. So I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time talking about food stamps. I was just trying to get something different out here. I'm tired of all this stuff with Diddy. I'm tired. I don't want to hear about what's going on in LA is very sad. It's unfortunate because it's not just celebrities that are losing their homes. It is other people that are not wealthy. There's other communities out there that are losing their homes, that have lost their homes, not losing. And it's people that worked hard for their stuff. People, I keep hearing about a black community. What is it, Aladina or something like that? I got to find out how to pronounce it. Over there, where it's more of a black community, where those people have been in those homes for generation after generation, and they lost their stuff too. So we can't just sit here and be like, oh, well, they got money, that's on them. No, it's more than just that. So that's why I said it's, I get tired of hearing this every day. It's not, I'm not going to say tired, but nobody wants to hear gloom and doom every single day. Now, even though this food stamp thing is not the happiest news, it's just not as, watching these people cry and all that, it's just too much. It's too much. Watching these people go through it. It's just people really, really going through it. And if anybody is, I'm gonna say, an empath. If anybody out there is an empath that's listening to my videos, or if you're very sensitive to energy, you can feel all that negative energy. You should be having difficulty sleeping because what's happening over there is a surge of negative energy. It's very sensitive because it's not just California. They're not report. I don't know if anybody told y'all, but there's 3 buildings that was burning in Brooklyn too. 3 big high-rise buildings that been burnt. That they had a hard time putting the fire out in Brooklyn because of the winds. So that's why I said New York got fire going on. Then I saw something about a tsunami over in San Francisco. Not that they had one, but they were saying it was one coming, and it was news reporters like looking at the waves or something. That's why I said there's a lot of stuff going on. And that's why I try to just give something different. And so even though this food stamp thing is concerning, you know what? All of this is concerning. I ain't even gonna lie to you. I don't even know why I put this video up. And like I said, I don't edit my videos. I'm human, and this is what happens. So that's why I said I don't even know why I put this video up, because this video is not good either. Well, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna come back with more of a video that we could laugh about and kiki, because it's too much going on. I don't know why I thought that this video was going to be lighter. I don't know what the hell I was thinking about. Because when you think about it on a deeper level, losing food stamps is still devastating, because you're talking about people who really need them, that feed that gets them through with their children. It's people that work that can't afford enough food for their kids. They don't make enough money. They make just enough money to pay the bills. They don't have no money for food. So that's why I said this is insane. I don't even know why I said I would do this video. Matter of fact, let me just close out this video, because now that upset the damn self. And you know what? I'm thinking about I was thinking about not even putting this video up, because I'm saying all this now, but I'm sticking to what I originally said. I am human, and I'm not going to sit here and edit videos and make them picture perfect and all that kind of stuff, because that's not real life. We need reality. People need to be telling what the real is on these social media streets, not coming on here lying and faking and selling courses and telling you to buy this and buy that and crypto and all this. Listen, all these people telling you what to do, and some of these people don't know half of what the hell they talking about. So that's why I said I'm just going to put this video up for y'all, and I'm just going to call it a damn day. I'm going to come back with something happy, y'all. I promise. Come back to something for us to laugh with and kiki, because I thought that this was going to be a little light, but damn it, it ain't. So let me get off of here. Y'all have a good one, and I'll be back.